Hello there! What's going on, everybody? We've got ourselves a Cad Bane preview today from Fantasy Flight Games, and yes, it feels good to finally start getting previews again. We got the Padme Amidala one last week, or was that 2 weeks ago? But anyway, we're getting previews again. These guys are getting very, very close to actually releasing, which is awesome. I'm super excited. Having more units to actually spice up the games a little bit, and more units to paint, more units to come out and unbox, and all of this stuff is going to be very, very exciting. So also make sure you are subscribed and leave a comment. You can enter to win that $25 Amazon gift card. Also, if you want to see when these do come out, and I can do an unboxing for you and build them and put them together and then battle reports and all that stuff. So if you're a fan of Legion content, you're at the right place. So we're going to do all of that. Also, if you want to support the channel in addition to subscribing, that's definitely a great thing you can do. There's plenty of merch down there. We've got the masks. We've got if you like bounty hunters, get yourself a face mask. Gator neck, they're really awesome. They don't go behind your ears or anything like that. Keep you warm when it gets cold. I don't know, it's really warm right now. It's summertime, right? But winter's just around the corner. Winter is coming. And anyway, but no, versatile for that. Okay, let's go ahead and get past all the admin stuff. So all the links for all that stuff are in the description below. Let's talk about Cad Bane. So we got a great look at the painted miniature right here. And this is a really good paint job. I love the way that leather looks here. I love the rocket boots. Love the hat. As you know, the hat is removable. You don't have to run him with the hat, although I think we're probably all going to run him with the hat. I could see some people maybe magnetizing the hat or doing some kind of replacement hat. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments what you're going to do as far as the hat situation with Cad Bane. I wonder if also then somebody might consider like painting him red with a red coat, and because he looks a little bit like Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, right? It's like just a little bit. I'm not sure. I think that'd be kind of funny. But yeah, so Cad Bane looks awesome. I'm really excited to put him together. We got to look at the unit card. And there was, I think, a full preview of this already. Like, this was all spoiled by Legion Academy a while back. So if you've already seen that, I don't think there will be anything really new here. But still, we're going to run through everything. So yes. So as a operative for the Separatists, he comes in at 125 points. He has training, comms, gear, weapon, and grenade. They talk about in the article that like, hey, you could use, you could try and use smoke grenades on this guy. And I'm like, that's one card I just really don't ever want to see myself using. But I think if there ever was a real use for smoke grenades, maybe it's on this guy. I'm still not sold on it, but we'll see. It may be something worth trying at one point because he's got steady. And so that kind of makes up for it taking up a whole action. But again, I don't know. I might want to just move twice, right? So he's got jump, makes him pretty mobile. Even though he's only speed 2, it's still pretty good. Jump 1. He's got bounty, which is always nice because it gives you a whole alternate way to play. If you want to try and get that extra victory point from a bounty, more power to you. Defensively, he's only got the white defense die, but he has danger sense 2 to help make up for that. So if he's got up to 2 suppression, if he's got at least 2 suppression, rather, he can roll up to 2 more defense dice. So that's going to be really good. He's got sharpshooter 1, who helps his offense a little bit too. So he's kind of a good balanced mix of mobility, defense, and offense. And steady, which is really good for the offense. So really, really liking the layout of this guy. It looks like he's going to be very formidable. 3 black die for melee, 4 black die for his dual LL30 blaster pistols with Pierce 1. Pierce is one of the best keywords in the game. It's going to be really, really nice. This is, maybe one of the things that's going to make it a little bit harder for him, people to want to run as many operatives or cheaper commanders because, like, he's going to be able to come in and take out those cheap commanders. If he's able to attack R2-D2, R2 might just drop instantly, and so, like, and then if you can get a bounty on there, too, it's just going to, that's going to be a victory point, and that's a big deal. So, again, bounty hunters are pretty cool. They're kind of a built-in defense against really cheap operatives and commanders, so it's going to be... it's going to be fun to see how he runs in a lot of these games. He does have Surge to hit and Search for defense. Only white defense die, 6 health, 3 courage. If you lose your commander, he might make a pretty good backup commander with that 3 courage bubble, which would be nice. But as it stands, he'll just be an operative and he'll be worried about himself. We also did get a look earlier at the Electro Gauntlets that are going to come with him. 4 red, exhaustible, but it gives you immobilize 3 and suppressive. So this is his built-in, or not built-in, but this is his additional defense mechanism against, that Luke Skywalker that wants to move into a melee and try and cut him down, or at least stop him. Or even just a regular unit, like some B1 battle droids all kind of move to engage, and now he's stuck. He can't kill them all. He doesn't have enough dice to kill them all. No problem. Let me just shock you guys and move away. Shock you guys and move away. It's suppressive, immobilize 3, and so this is kind of versatile too, because hey, they can be immobilized, and this also works with some of his command cards too. So this card actually can perform double duty. But yeah, it's a suppressive way to get somebody. But even if somebody doesn't move to engage you, maybe you move to engage somebody else and immobilize them. Like, oh, you've got Boba Fett, and he's gonna move really, really fast. No problem, immobilize, right? It's it has some different roles that it can fill. We do get a look at the command cards also, and we're going to start off with our 1 pip, which is I am your worst nightmare. Or wait, can I do... I don't know if I can really do a Cad Bane voice. I'm your worst nightmare. Or something like that. I don't know. That might have been a little creepy. I can't... He's got a very, very... I don't even know if somebody actually does his voice normally or if it's all run through a computer, but it's hard to do. Yeah, that's going to hurt my voice if I do that too much. Anyway... Cad Bane gains Uncanny Luck 2. If you remember from Han Solo, Uncanny Luck lets you reroll dice. So now if he's got suppression, right, he's got danger sense, so he's getting 2 extra dice, and he gets rerolls. That's really good defensively. But also, during his activation, he can perform up to 2 attack actions. Now, we've made this mistake on this channel before with Barrage. It's 2 attack actions means those are your 2 actions. So you are not going to be able to attack, aim and attack, or or something like that. Or if you lose an action due to maybe if he's got 3 suppression on him, doesn't rally, well, you only have 1 action, so you can't take the other. Now, what he could do in this case is he could use steady to take that first attack action, which was a free action, and then take a second attack action. So that's probably how you play this card, is you move, you take a steady attack, and then a regular attack action. So because the steady attack would be a free, but it still counts as your attack actions, right? So I think that's basically how that would work with I'm Your Worst Nightmare. But yeah, it's good. It's offensive and it's defensive. It's pretty good. But if you're standing in place, if you just want to attack twice, that's good too, because at least you have the luck to help keep you alive, right? His 2 pip is really cool because it's showing us some other very familiar bounty hunters. We got IG, we got Aura Singh and Hondo on there. Is this a preview of things to come, perhaps? I would love to see that. Love to see that. So this is a 2 pip. It's Cad Bane and 1 more unit. At the start and end of Cad Bane's activation, this happens 2 times. He may transfer any number of his suppression tokens to any number of trooper units at range 1 to 2. Each enemy trooper unit that gains at least 1 suppression in this way also gains an immobilized token. This is incredible if you are stacking up suppression, right? And here, let's go back. Danger Sense 2, right? The other thing we didn't talk about with Danger Sense 2 is you may choose not to remove suppression tokens. So you can keep suppression tokens on, especially if you've got the 2 and then you keep getting attacked. You time this one for that turn where you've got 3 or 4 or whatever, and that's when you do this. Now, the problem is if you got too many, you might still be suppressed. So that's there's potentially some if you've got more than 2, you're probably not going to take a double move and be able to I'm going to drop 1 on you and then 1 on you, right? But it's at the start and at the end of his activation. So if you've got 4 and you happen to be close to other people, right? At the start, I believe at the start of your activations before your rally step, right? So you can drop some and then boom, and then move and then save 2, right? Just so you're not suppressed, and then drop 2 more. So you can really drop immobilized tokens on a lot of people. Now, if you're only dropping 1 immobilized token on each person that you do this to, but immobilized 1 still is cutting down your movement speed. Most units in this game are speed 2. So you're the speed 1 units you're going to stop completely. Snowtroopers, Commander Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, all those people are going to be stuck, can't move, right? All the rest of the Speed 2 units now are only going to be Speed 1, which really can hurt them. So that's really awesome. And also you're giving them suppression too. And that's the other thing. You could potentially have an awful lot of suppression. Maybe you're running duck and cover on this guy too. You get attacked a whole bunch of times. Boom, 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 boom. Duck and cover every time, because I'm playing this. And boom, boom. You can transfer any number, all right? And it can be range 1 to 2, which is a long range. This is a beautiful, beautiful, and fun and crazy card. I love this card. And on top of all that, it lets you activate another unit too. He's an operative. A lot of times, operatives only care about themselves. He's also giving out another order here, so he can start the B1 battle droid chain or something like that too. Is he not considerate? It's like he's letting you hold his hat while he goes and kicks some butt. Here you go, B1. You can be General Rod. You can be bounty hunter droid. It's just, I'm being silly, but it's a cool card. And then this one, which is one of the new divulge mechanics, and this is I love the divulge mechanic, and this one was one that was very confusing at the beginning of the game, and here he's done some work with his hat, right? His hat's kind of backwards a little bit. He looks like Farmer Bane right here, right? He looks looks kind of looks, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Does it look a little bit farmer-ish here? But it's his 3 pip, it's only Cad Bane, and there's 2 things you can do with this one. If the card wasn't divulged, basically you've got 3 Bane tokens. All right, you have 3 Bane tokens, and they're right here. Right, there's either a Smoke and Mirrors one that does nothing. There's a Here I Am that basically puts him right there, and then there's the Kablamo, which is the explosion that we see on this card. All right, so if you just play this as a normal 3 pip, right, and Cad Bane's running around on the map, this lets you drop it lets you drop a mine, right, and that's cool. That's totally cool because the Cad Bane tokens basically deploy when an enemy unit crosses over their path or is deployed or is placed and within line of sight at range 1 of them. So just like your mines, just like almost all the other mines, not the ones that require detonating, but the mine condition token, right? So they're almost the same as that, but it's any enemy unit, so it's not just ground units. So in theory, you can blow this up on a repulsor vehicle. And it's nasty. It's got blast. It's got impact 2. It's suppressive, and it's 4 dice. This is a strong mine, definitely a strong mine. But if you divulge this card, you're going to do a lot of different things. You're going to play it differently. You're going to get all 3 tokens, and you're going to place them on the battlefield beyond range 1 of any deployment zone. Do not deploy Cad Bane either, and then you must select this one during round 1, which does kind of mean that you're not issuing out any orders during round 1 because Cad Bane isn't on the board. So you select this card, but you can't issue an order to Cad Bane, right? I mean, it is weird. It's is he off the board and also get his order, and then in case somebody does step on one of the tokens, he warps in, and then you can activate him. It's that's I'm a little unclear on all of the specifics of that. But yeah, he does not get deployed. And unless you've got somebody with HQ uplink, which if you run Separatists, you probably have at least 1 droid with HQ uplink, you can probably still get your droid chain going on turn 1. But the really interesting thing is, choosing what to put where, because having 3 tokens. Now you can place the tokens if you divulge. You can place the tokens anywhere beyond range 1 of a deployment zone. And so you can really block off objectives. You can put them kind of close together. If somebody hits the Smoke and Mirrors, it does nothing. Right? That's the bluff token. That one's probably the one you're going to use the least, especially if you play the 3-pip normally and you can only place 1. You're probably not placing the Smoke and Mirrors token. Unless, of course, you really are trying to bluff and you're going to have some of your own units there too. You just want to keep your opponent away. But what if your opponent decides to be gutsy and then moves in? And it's like, well, I'm going to trigger this, but I'm going to make sure it blows up your guys too. Aha! It was nothing. You didn't hurt my guys. That could be a use case for Smoke and Mirrors. Well, Here I Am. That warps Cad Bane to it. You get to place him there, even if he's on the other side of the map by now. So that's really a fun one if you want him to be able to capture something and then warp back. You might play this first turn and just have him drop a Here I Am in a safe place. Well, the problem is if you do that in a safe place, it's not going to trigger because it only gets flipped over when your opponents move over it. So you kind of have to put this where you expect your opponents to go. And if your opponent expects you're gonna, like, they're probably not gonna just put somebody on there on purpose. So here I am is more like, I don't want you to come here, and basically your opponent's gonna be expecting it to be the mime, right? And so you kind of, and you're kind of hoping that it's like, all right, well, I'm hoping you just you come in with like a weaker unit, and then all of a sudden Cad Bane's like, surprise, here I am. He warps across the map, or maybe not across the map, but he warps maybe a short distance, and then maybe like, and that could be a double-edged sword. This one it's just so weird trying to decide which one you go with. I think most of the time I'm going to go with Kablamo. Right? It'd be different. It'd be a totally different game if I could choose when to flip. If I could just say, here I am, and then just teleport at will. But that could be really broken, because if it's like recover the supplies, I'm going to move. Oh, I'm going to take this and warp away. That's dangerous. But then on the other hand, if you drop a here I am in a place to block off some part of the map, and then your opponent, like maybe you do later on in the game, you're actually able to get a bounty. then all of a sudden, they trigger it, and then you're warped back to like a dangerous place. Like there's a lot of really weird use cases that can result from these tokens in this particular card. So like, I think for the most part you're probably pretty safe just going with Kablamo. That's generally a safe way to go. But I think here I am is really cool, and it's also the only way to get him into the game. If you divulge, I make the rules now, and don't deploy Cad Bane. That's the only way to get him into the game. Because if he's off the board, he comes on the board. If he is on the board, he kind of warps to that location. So now, if I'm playing again, if you're playing Cad Bane, playing against me, maybe I just try to stay away from all of these, so that I deny you a 125-point unit for the entire game. Maybe that's exactly what I do. But then again, that's where the mind games come in. Oh, well, I have to place these guys. Oh, by all means, ignore these tokens because I have them placed all around the objectives. And so it becomes such a game within a game of like, which one is the blank one? That's the one I need to really focus on. Very, very cool stuff. So I'm really excited. Cad Bane's going to offer a lot of fun for the games that you play him with. I look forward to it. I definitely do. All right, guys, that's all I've got today. Thank you guys so much for your views, for your subscriptions, for all of your comments and your kind words. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. I can't wait till we all are playing at tournaments again, at game stores again. It's going to be really, really exciting. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Thank you guys so much. Big thanks to my patrons as well. If you want to consider supporting the channel, you can check out Patreon. I'm going to have links to that in the description below, as well as all the merch. You can get yourself some merch. There's links for that as well. All right, thank you so much, and as always, have a great day.